Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
Me? Are you talking to me? It's
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, boy.
it's going great.
What's going on with that pink passion lavender? What is that? Blush and
That's
bashful
right.
hair going
My
on.
steel magnolia's hair. I told you I'm going back to my natural hair color. All natural here, baby.
All natural. Okay.
hmm What do you so speaking of all natural, what do you got what do you
You
got
want to
going on?
rewind that?
No, what do you got going on this week?
Oh my God, it has been a week. I think I talked to you, probably once this week, and because it's just been crazy at work, and it was so funny because we were kind of down at work. I had a couple of call outs,
Mhm.
and they let me know that hey, we're gonna miss pull times, and I'm like, no, we're not. So Mama had to get on the line with the young bucks. And they were like, wait a minute, what? I was like, let's do this, right? So I got on one of the work lines with one of the associates, and through probably over 1,000 cases within 4 hours. And yeah, when it was telling us we were like 3 hours behind, ended up being an hour um, ahead by the end of work. And the guys did not want to lose to me. They were just like, they kept running up going, "Hey, what wave are you guys on?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. Just worry about your wave." So yeah, no, it was fun. And like I say, of course, your girl won.
Those young guys didn't know what to do when you came walking
They
up.
didn't they didn't realize
Mm-mm.
what was going on. They were like, "Oh, I thought she just sat in the office
Right.
and I gave
Right.
orders." No, boo boo, no.
I've been doing this
So
way long before you have.
exactly. I'm a 5,000-year-old vampire. I know what to do. So no, it was a good week. Other than that, and like I say, thankfully, I was able to move to the next day because I have been, walking a lot more and working out.
Mm.
So I didn't die.
You didn't get that Ben Gay, that tiger balm all over
I didn't
you?
have to get all that Bengay or anything like that and have a little smell going on. No, your girl was good.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah. So how was your week?
Well, it is, I mean, it doesn't feel like it because we're like 90 degrees today here in the Midwest, but we are balls deep into pumpkin spice season.
Ugh,
I'm loving it.
gross,
I went to the
nasty.
I went to my local beer, like this grocery store by us. They have a really nice beer selection. And
Hmm.
of course I walked in and there are my pumpkin beers. Girl, I was in heaven. I'm so excited.
I
And
I just don't get the fascination with it. I
I
can't
don't
stand pumpkin. I like pumpkin pie. I like your
yeah.
pumpkin pie and that
Oh,
jigaboo pie.
shut up. I can't stand you.
No, I do like your pumpkin pie, but I just don't like, I don't like it. I don't like it in my drink. No, can't stand it.
Yeah, I maybe just because it's like, so not like rare, but it's really only one time a year. So maybe that's why it's all exciting for me. Like, get
Okay.
out my Ugg boots and my chunky sweater and but like I said, it's like it's swamp ass season still. So it's kind of hard to enjoy that
Ew.
pumpkin while you got the under the boob sweat, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. Check on your big titty friends.
Right.
They are not doing well.
I mean, other than that, I've just been I've like also been working on my gaming channel. I recently played a game where you open up your own bar and you get to beat people with a bat that try to skip out in their tabs and mop up their vomit. So,
What?
yeah.
See, and then you don't tell me about these games or anything because I'm already
I
like
know.
I've got my drug empire going with
Yeah.
the other game. You don't tell me about anything else.
That's what I said. The only time I see you now is online when you're just like, I'm making that crack cocaine right now. It's like, of course you are.
Exactly. I'm making all the drugs. I got fiends all around the place, boy.
Oh, well,
That's a
on that note, what do you have for us this week?
well. I
Yes.
think I've got some good stuff here for you. As you can see, I am supporting the
Yes.
WNBA. and pay us what you owe us. And so I thought we would talk about the growing excitement around the WNBA.
Mhm.
Now, here's the thing. The WNBA right now is in the middle of a surge, unlike anything in the league has seen before. Arenas are selling out, national TV ratings are up, and merchandise sales, especially of the jerseys, are flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
Okay, much of the momentum is fueled by a new wave of marketable and highly skilled players, like your best friend Caitlin Clark. Okay.
Mrs. Punching Bag herself.
So yeah, she's coming off of her rookie season where she had a great rookie season coming out of college and getting drafted number one. And so she's been the hype of the WNBA, and
Mhm.
pretty much they are calling her the face of the league. Unfortunately, this year she's had a lot of injuries, and so she hasn't been playing as much. But the new number one draft, Paige Beckers, has been off the chain, right?
Okay.
And I told you that I was able to see her live in action playing against the Golden State Valkyries
Yep.
just about a couple of weeks ago. And Paige is now, rising as to probably be the rookie of the year for the WNBA. And there's also a lot of other stars. You got, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Nescu. So they're all, coming into their own. But the big buzz is that they're not being paid, what they feel like they're worth. And to put it in perspective, the rookie starting in the WNBA can make between 66,000 to $78,000 a year. All
What?
right. Exactly. All right. So
Okay.
now you put that with the rookie of the NBA,
Right.
what that person starts off with. And that was Cooper Flag. I believe he was the number one pick for the Dallas Mavericks. He's making 13 million. All right.
Insane. Insane.
Insane the difference. And so,
Mhm.
they are, talking about, pay us what you owe us, right?
Right.
But here's the thing is that the WNBA is now probably, I think they're still $40 million in debt, okay, to yeah, and they're not making the profits that they're supposed to be making and everything like that. And so everyone wants these big salaries, but also you have to be able to get the money in. And
Mhm.
this year has been, really favorable. I know with the Golden State Valkyries, who are the newest expansion team, their revenue has tripled. They have sold out stadiums. They have sold out every single home game. Their highest ticket price is $1,500 for the floor,
Wow.
and yeah, and the atmosphere is amazing. Like I say, I was at that game, and I got the tickets last minute, but they were kind of up in the rafters. But the way that Chase Stadium is built and designed, it was you could see right at the floor. It
Mhm.
wasn't like Coliseum where you're in the sky, right?
Right.
But the atmosphere, again, the owners that have the Golden State Valkyries are also the owners of the Golden State Warriors. And
Hmm.
so they know how to make money. And so I'm hoping that eventually that trickles down to the players. You got players like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi who were coming up. Now these people are 4 and 5-time WNBA champions, um, gold medalists, and they have to go overseas to play to make ends meet
Wow.
for their lives. And you think about that. You remember back in what was it 2022, and Brittany Garner got put in
Yep.
jail in Russia,
Yep.
and we almost had to do a mission impossible to get her out.
Right.
Same thing, she's going overseas to play because they have to be able to make money to support their families and support their lives.
All right.
Now, a lot of the players are, have endorsements, shoe endorsements, and with Nike and Under Armour and different things like that. And then also the players have put together a what do you call it? A unrivaled league where they play as well, and so the maximum that, some of these players can get is like $200,000 or more,
Wow.
and so the highest paid WNBA player right now is Kelsey Mitchell of the Indiana Fever, and she makes $250,000, $250,000 a year. Okay,
Jeez.
and you think about the you know the exertion and the things that you have to do and your body goes through,
Yep.
and that's what they're getting paid, and then again they have to go outside of the country to make ends meet,
Right.
and that's pretty crazy to think about it. um and then somebody's popularity, like, Caitlin Clark, she's coming in. Again, she's still a rookie, but they're calling her the face of the league. And she's making 78,000 a year.
Right.
That's her paycheck. Now, obviously, she's making a lot more with all of her endorsements, and the things that go on. She is a millionaire now, but it's not because of the game that she plays and loves. It's not because of that. It's because of other things. And so, you know, what is it and why is it so different for women to make as much as the men? WNBA has been around for a while now, and so why is it so hard for people to support and, be able to pay these players what they are worth? What are your thoughts?
I mean, first off, sexism. Second of all, I mean, yeah, but so women in general don't get paid as much as men, no matter what field. So, I mean, that is a huge systemic issue. But, like you were mentioning the WNBA, unfortunately, they're not bringing in the type of sales, but I agree. I think there is a huge surge. Like we mentioned before, Cleveland is finally getting a team, which we're all excited
Yeah.
about. So, and I hear a lot more hype about it than when the WNBA first came out, from peers and social media and that. So I am excited to see this grow and for these women players to get paid what they should be getting paid. Because you're right, like they physically like damage their bodies, and by the time they're like in their 40s, what are they gonna do? You're
Okay.
broke, not financially
Mhm.
broke, but your body's broke kind of thing. So
Exactly.
it and I don't even know what their opportunities are. Like you have all these male sports figures that go on to become sportscasters and talking heads and that. Like do are these women going to have those same opportunities? That I don't know. Maybe you might know better than me, but do they
Yeah, I
have those
mean,
same type of opportunities?
yeah, they do. I mean, but again, you play the sport that you love,
Yeah.
that you've grown up playing for all of these years, and again, that's the number one draw for them is because that's the sport that they love. That's their passion. That's
Right.
what they want to do. But yeah, they should be paid for what they want to do. I mean, we work every single day, and yeah, pay me for for what I do,
Right.
right? you know, and so but yeah, eventually they do go on to, be broadcasters or, side where they're talking to the sports athletes on the side and everything like
Yeah.
that. And they can definitely make more money there broadcasting and everything, but you have to get to that point where you have to
Hmm.
retire and then start making more money. By that time you should be able to retire and relax and, go sit in a mud bath to get to heal your body, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that I understand, the finances, and I understand the financial, the bottom line and all that.
Hmm.
But at the end, um, you got to look at how their number one star that you guys are saying is the face of the league
Hmm.
is not even making, it's funny. It's like my base salary, I'm making more than Caitlin Clark,
Right.
you
Right.
know? But obviously, no, I'm not. But I'm just saying base salary, her
Right.
paycheck from her job. That's crazy. And there's a special out on Diana Taurasi, and she said it. She was like, the janitor was making more than me, when I was playing, and it is true. And so how is that? That's crazy. Where she and Sue Bird, again, probably the face of the league, and, along with others, but growing up, I know Sue Bird and I know Diana Taurasi,
Hmm.
and they have between them huge accolades, you know?
Right.
They both have won what? 5 4 or 5 championships. You know, for Sue Bird, it was I think it was 4, for Seattle, Diana Taurasi, and then the Olympics. They've both won 5 Olympic gold medals and other things that they have won throughout their, collegiate life as well, and not getting paid for what they love to do is to me is crazy. And then you see rookies, men rookies making millions. I think
Right.
the number 1 draft pick last year for Atlanta signed a 4-year deal worth $57 million, right?
Insane.
$57 million. And the sad thing about it is none of those women are gonna ever see any type of money like that in their career. They
Well,
have to, do other things outside of it to
yeah.
get even close to that.
Well, like you said, they go to these other countries, and like we saw, someone got detained supposedly on, marijuana or whatever. But a lot of these other countries that you go to, they don't have the same kind of, even though it's diminishing here too, but rights for women, and the same kind of protections for women that we have here in the U.S. And so they're also putting themselves in danger out there. One wrong move
Right.
and then they're jailed. And
Right,
then
right. Like
and how are you going to get them back, kind of thing.
yeah, well, you have to, trade an arms dealer of some sort to get
Apparently.
them back. But I'm glad she's back.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it was crazy to, because she's going over there, and that was just po politics as well.
Hmm.
You know, they wanted something in return, and so they knew, because I'm pretty sure that's not the first time she's ever had cannabis oil on her,
Right.
right? Come on. So, they took an opportunity, but, she was able to get back, thankfully,
Yeah.
in one piece after they cut all her dreads off. That was crazy.
Yeah, but they should not even have to be put in that position to be if they don't want to. If they want to, great. Go, do whatever makes you
Yeah,
happy, but you shouldn't have to be forced to go in that position just to make a living.
right. Can you imagine? Like, we have to go to another country to make ends meet?
I
I mean,
mean, I might not
we
come
still
back.
have to that part, yeah. But, yeah, some people are out here working 2, 3 jobs
Yeah.
to make ends meet. And it's rough. And so, yeah, the life of a WNBA star is not all that it's cracked up to be. Thankfully, they're able to, make ends meet with endorsements and different things, that
Right.
they have to be able to make their lives comfortable for themselves and their families. So extremely crazy, but I am here to support all women.
I mean, that's the thing.
Pay
Like, if
us.
if if you feel this way about it, then support, your local women's team. I mean, not just the
Right.
WNBA, but all women's sports.
All women, yes, women's sports and just women in general need to
Hmm.
be supported as well. So, on that note, what advice would you have for the commissioner of the WNBA?
Well, I am a man, so I don't know if I can give out any advice.
Are you?
But as always, we want to remind our audience that we are not trained professionals, nor are we trained basketball professionals. And our advice
Yeah,
should, I mean, trained, I don't know if that's the right word. And our advice should not be taken seriously,
skilled.
right? Thank you. But what qualifications do we have, Franklin?
Well, we survived the Castros 2 for one night. We didn't get picked for the number 1 draft pick for either NBA or WNBA, but we survived the man in the white van
Hmm.
so we can lead you through life's challenges. Hit me with it.
So today we're going to be pulling our questions from Reddit's Am I the Asshole category.
You are.
At least I get paid more.
Oh, oh my God.
Just kidding. If you have any advice or just want to yell at me, feel free to send us a DM or comment on our
Send
socials.
the DM directly to him.
uh,
Wow.
um, now you
Yeah,
got
you don't
me.
even
Now
know
you
you
got me
lost your
lost. Now I'm lost. I don't even know what to say.
sweating in your drawers.
So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to send them to us. You may end up on our next episode. Going forward, though, am I the asshole for?
Yes, you are.
And this is very topical because I have this coming up myself. I don't know if you still do this, but am I the asshole for not paying my fantasy football league fees?
Yeah,
Well, you
jerk.
didn't hear the story. So
Oh, okay, let me get it. Sorry.
I joined a fantasy football league a few years ago since the commissioner is a buddy of mine. First 2 years went well, paid fees, and took third and second. The commissioner won both years. I think due to collusion, considering his sister's team was abandoned and fell to him, and coincidentally, the only trades that team made were to the commissioner's team. All right. So
Oh.
first off, been there, done that. If one of our favorite listeners is listening, they know what I'm talking about. So, anyways,
Oh.
everyone,
Shade, but
I
shade.
know. Everyone knew, but I was the only one that said something. And his reply was both teams benefited from trade. If you wanted to trade, you should have offered, which is wrong, considering his sister's team took dead last both years, and all trades not from him were declined because they weren't good enough. Oh well, can't argue with a brick wall. Then
Mm.
last year, the commissioner restarted the league as a dynasty league, and I was going to quit, but dynasty interested me, and his sister's team was gone for good and replaced with another person. So I draft a young, heavy team, 4 years experience or younger, with 7 rookies who all ended up working out, and I took second place, which I was proud of since I drafted for a future winning team, not a current winning team. The commissioner didn't win because he couldn't cheat. He took last place in his 10-man dynasty league. So, I mean, that was a lot of words. I didn't know what half that meant, but
I was about to say, did you even know what any of that meant?
I'm just so angry for her. So the big problem starts this season. Draft day is within the week, and he reactivated the league, but he changed it to a keeper league. This annoyed me heavily. My team is good as a whole, but not on an individual level. But you guessed it, the commissioner has Jamar Chase and first overall pick thanks to taking dead last. So immediately I called him out for cheating because why are we changing this whole thing without discussing it? He said to keep things fair and fun. As stated earlier, can't argue with a brick wall. So I told him I won't be paying or playing unless it goes back to Dynasty, which is what I agreed to. He came
Mm.
back with, I talked it over with some of the other guys and they're cool with the idea, which I highly doubt because who in their right mind would agree to a large rule change like that after everyone drafted for Dynasty? He can't find anyone to replace me that is also willing to pay the fees as a new person, so he's sort of screwed. Anyways, I stopped replying and will sit on auto draft until the end of the season unless he changes it back. Am I overreacting?
And now that I've heard the story, good for you, buddy.
Right?
Um, well, here's the thing: when you get into those fantasy leagues and stuff like that, I mean, it's a profession for some people, and so you really got to make sure that you are looking at all the rules and different things like that. I mean, I play fantasy football, but I'm not into all of the stuff.
Yeah.
you know, I've I think the maximum I've won is $100. But still, it's fun. It can be fun, but it also is cutthroat
Mm-hmm.
and, very competitive. It's like you're, an owner yourself and playing and whatnot. But um, yeah, people just can't up and change the rules and do, things in the middle to benefit themselves without talking to the group. So I think I'm with this guy. I know you're not the asshole. I think you stand your ground. He'll probably end up winning just by not even doing anything.
I know. Exactly.
Okay? And then it's gonna be an all-out brawl because he's gonna want his money.
Listen, I mean, I'm in a league and you know me, I'm not into sports, so I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But I'm pretty sure there's collusion going on the owners of this team, but I don't
Ooh.
have any evidence, but it's how I feel. But I joined it again this year. So,
So clearly.
but yeah, like I agree. Like if you're gonna change the rules, like you can kind of see that he's trying to move the things in his favor, this commissioner or whatever. And yeah, that would drive me insane. Like you should have seen me losing last year. I was already insane as it was. And then for this, I'd be even more insane. So I get it. You're not the
Yeah.
asshole.
No, definitely not. Stay strong, buddy.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the next one here is, and I think this is more of an advice one besides the Am I the Asshole? This is I, a 24-year-old female, need to tell a good friend who's also a 24-year-old female that she smells. So I've known her for 6 years. I met her my
Wow.
freshman year of college. We were roommates in college for 2 years. I don't have best friends, but she's one of my closer friends, and she's one of the nicest, most empathetic people I've met. However, this means she's also pretty sensitive. So
Mm.
the issue is that she's overweight and smells a lot of the time.
Because she's not getting under those rolls and
Mm,
wiping some
scrub a
baby
dub dub,
wipes.
right? Put a little powder there. So,
No, that makes it dough.
how much powder are you putting underneath there?
When them big titties start sweating, that's just making some bread up under there.
Need a snack? Whoop.
Get some bread.
Oh. Anyways, it ranges from a slightly musty smell to bad sour milk smell.
Jeez. Like a BBL?
Yes, got the corn chips.
Oh, God.
It's because she doesn't shower often and doesn't do her
What?
laundry often.
Oh, okay, that's just she's just nasty. That's not even because she's a fatty. Come on. Ugh.
uh,
Ugh.
so she says, I know because I lived in the same room as her for 2 years and the smell was heavy in our room. It came from her laundry, her bed, her shoes, everything.
Oh, oh, I'm
This,
getting queasy.
I know.
Get through this quickly.
The smell lingers on her and the things she owns. The blanket she uses, her desk chair, and her car even
Oh,
smells musty and strange. When she
her
does,
chair.
yeah,
Oh, God.
it's got like that imprint, that colored imprint on there.
I'm sick. I'm sick. Hurry up. Get through this.
When she does shower, the bathroom ends up smelling musty instead of like shampoo. I'm not sure if she uses much shampoo even when she showers. I haven't lived with her in a few years, but I believe her habits are the same because I know her roommates and they complain about the smell. It's gross, and normally someone like this would turn people away, but she's a very likable and has a huge social group because of that. And so everyone knows about her smell, and sometimes we talk about it. We have even discussed telling her, which would be the right thing to do, but the longer we wait, the harder it is to tell her. It's a mild annoyance to us, but she's an amazing friend, so it doesn't affect any of our friendships with her. However, my friend has been more or less unemployed since we graduated college. It is partly because she isn't sure what to do, but I'm sure she's losing job prospects due to her smell. A job,
Yeah.
right? A job opened up at my workplace and she wants to apply. I want to help her and she needs the job, but I can't recommend someone who doesn't have personal hygiene. I know the right thing to do is tell her I think she would be good at the job, but it's for a position in an office and it would not be okay for her to come in smelling like she does. Even if
Oh,
she doesn't get the job for other reasons, I want her to be aware of her hygiene so that she has better chances in the future. She is sensitive and will definitely be embarrassed, as anyone would. I just need help on how to tell her. Right now, I'm thinking of saying, hey, friend, I think that you'd be good at the position my boss is hiring for, but there are a couple things that I think are important to tell you. You sometimes you sometimes smell like
wash
sweat.
your ass.
Right. You sometimes smell like sweat, and I personally don't care, but it's important at my workplace. So if you could shower more frequently and make sure your work clothes are always clean, then that would help a lot. I don't want that to come off the wrong way. I would just like to put you to get the job. Does anyone have a better way I can break it to her lightly but still get the point across?
Damn. Carry a personal thing of Febreze around her. I mean, that's tough. I mean, I think we all have known somebody that wasn't too fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a sensitive topic because it's internal. It could be internal, it comes out in their pores.
Yeah.
Also, we don't know their situation at home. It sounds like, she hasn't been working, so maybe she can't afford essential things. Maybe, we get her like a little, what do you call it? A little bag, with some little,
Oh, yeah.
hygiene things in
Right.
it,
Right.
to give to her to keep in her desk. So like I say, baby wipes and things like that to keep herself fresh. Um, yeah, that is a sensitive topic, to kind of thing. But like again, walking by her, spraying some Febreze. But if
One of those
she
little
if
plugins.
you say right, plug in on her butt. If she is, as nice as they say, apparently she has a great personality. And her friends haven't abandoned her because she's a stinky. So they could have a stinky intervention and just kind of see how they can help her, because maybe she wasn't shown how to clean herself properly, or maybe she just and it's a part of depression probably
Yeah.
for herself. It
Yep.
could be. So yeah, it's a sensitive topic, but if they really and truly care about her and are friends with her, they should take the time to sit down and kind of talk through it with her and let her know. Ugh,
I mean, it's
could you
all the
imagine?
lingering smells that's getting
Right?
me.
Ugh.
I
Can
mean,
you imagine going in the bathroom after her? Hey, you left your stanky puss.
girl, did you even
Come
use
back and get
soap?
this.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah. And you don't smell soap or anything, you know? It's like, come on.
Maybe she's going au natural.
Oh, you're like your rock
Like
crystals?
my, yeah, like, oh no. Listen, I'm still
I
doing the
told you.
deodorant.
I told you. Use deodorant. Ugh.
I
Yeah.
mean, so like you said, we all known someone. I mean, I know, like I have, and I'm sure you have too. We've both been managers in, places of position, and you do end up with some of those employees that have, an odor that you get a lot of complaints on, and you have to have a talk with them. And
Mhm.
so my thing is like, I would rather my friends tell me that I'm a stinky winky than than my employer. And it just always reminds me, you and I both worked with this person named Germa that was also like an esthetician on the side, what have you. And we had an employee that we worked for us that had a little, kind of the same situation, a little lingering smell, like you'd go into their cash register behind them and it somehow is still stuck to the plastic and wood in there. Uh, but she was the one that set this girl aside and actually got her like a gift basket full of toiletries and
See?
soaps and stuff. And I remember she said, sometimes us big girls need a little extra help. And
She
even though
sure
I
did.
know I can never say that to somebody, I was like, oh, that was great.
Yeah, she sure did.
Because she does what she
Oh my god.
wants.
Good times. Yeah, I
But
remember that
yeah,
actually.
but
That's
yeah,
funny.
no,
Um,
if you were her friend, you should say something and not wait
oh
till
yeah,
HR says something.
right. And then she comes to you. Do I stink? Yeah, girl.
Well, now that you mentioned it,
You do leave an odor.
what was it? Pigpen from Charlie Brown, whatever.
Oh yeah, the little dust pile behind him, huh?
Right.
That's great.
Well, on that note, that's all that I had.
That's all we need, man. Until
Mm.
next time, stay misinformed.
Right. Well, thank you again,
Oh.
everyone, as always, for liking, subscribing, commenting, messaging. Again, Franklin loves it when she's at the movie theaters and people are stopping her and like, "Are you a movie star? How do I know you?" And Franklin's always like, "I don't know what you're talking about, hee." But she knows what you're talking about.
You're ridiculous.
Anything else to take us out on tonight, Franklin?
No, just be safe out there. And I wish the corn would stop sweating because it's hot.
No. Well, thank you again. Pay us, well, not us, but pay women what you owe them. And on that
Right?
note, bye.
Bye.